Hello everybody, it's Jocelyn Fox from Laurel Mountain Soaps, and I am here in the kitchen. We just got done doing our search for jewelweed outside, came home, got all cleaned up, showered up. I used the Jewelweed soap on my body and my face, and yes, it took off all my makeup, and then I used the Jewelweed salve on my face because as we were walking around I kept scratching my face because I get so itchy when it's hot and humid and sweaty like that. So anyway, I didn't want any possible poison ivy that maybe I had touched not knowing getting on my face. So I did use the Jewelweed soap and the Jewelweed salve when I showered and got out of the shower. So anyway, now we're all cleaned up, we're at home, and I'm working with the Jewelweed. It's cleaned up, and this in the pot on the stove will be the Jewelweed Tea. So I already cut it all up. It's in the pot and it's in water. So I filled the pot probably like half full with the Jewelweed, and then I just poured water over the rest of it. And now it's on a high flame and it will come to boil. And I'm going to let that boil for a good while to make Jewelweed tea. You do not drink Jewelweed tea. That is not a good idea. So the Jewelweed tea is for the soap. That's what we use it in the soap. We use Jewelweed tea water, we use our goat milk, and then our honey, and this right here is chopped up jewelweed that I was cutting earlier, and I put a little snippet out of what do you think is going in this jar. This is jewelweed chopped up in the jar, and it's for the soap. So what I'm going to do is I'll be pouring the organic extra virgin olive oil over top of it, like this. That's a half a gallon jar right there. And I might have to go get more olive oil. Yep, looks like I'm gonna have to get more olive oil. I have more, don't worry. Alright, that's pretty much perfect right there. And I will be putting a lid on that. And the jewelweed is going to infuse into the olive oil all the good properties of it. Like I told you yesterday, these tubers here have like a sap in them. You can see how it's kind of like a gel on my fingers. It's wet. So the tubers have sap in them, and if you got into poison ivy or poison oak or poison sumac or maybe even a bug bite in the wild, and you didn't want to get the poison rash from those plants, or if your bug bite's itchy, you could rub the jewelweed gel on there, and that would take down the rash. So now I think it's better, of course, if you use the Jewelweed soap, because you're washing that off of your skin completely. The tea and the oil combination in the soap helps to remove what's called urushiol from coming in contact with the oil on the poison ivy plant. Dawn dish soap won't take it off. They do sell a commercial stuff called Technu, and some people say it works, some people don't. But with the Jewelweed soap, there's calendula petals in there that kind of infuses into the soap as well, but it gives it an exfoliating kind of property with the fact that the Jewelweed tea and the Jewelweed oil will both remove that urushiol effectively from your skin. Now it will remove that urushiol from your skin. So when I was talking to you before, when we were on our walk, I said that jewelweed is the natural antidote to poison ivy. And what I mean by that is jewelweed is like a natural steroid. to poison ivy. So a lot of times people get a bad poison ivy rash and they end up having to get antibiotics that they take by mouth. And you know, antibiotics can cause anger and sleeplessness and weight gain. And that actually happened with my husband. He had thought he was immune to poison ivy, and he was cleaning it off of a fence, and I warned him, but he either was never allergic to it, or he was so exposed to it that he got himself a terrible case of poison ivy. That was just really difficult, and he ended up on those the steroids for 3 months, and he's a pretty thin guy. That is the one time I have ever seen him gain weight. It's kind of funny because I just had a kid and I was still overweight, so I laugh. But anyway, point in that is, after he was done out there ripping those poison ivy plants off of the fence, he came in and he took a shower and used the soap that we had. At that time we weren't making soap, so we were using, I think, Dial and Irish Spring were the go-tos that we had back then. And thought he washed it off, and he wasn't really worried about it because he thought he was immune. Ended up with a horrible rash. 3 months of steroids, gained weight, was very, very cranky, and took a long time to get over that one. But now I have the Jewelweed soap that we know if he gets in it again, or any of us get into it, we can wash it off with the Jewelweed soap. And then if we're really truly concerned that it might be a problem and just want to make sure that the soap got it all, or if it didn't get it all, make sure we did get it all, we'll use the Jewelweed salve to put on in addition. So that's why I used it whenever I washed my face. After I washed with the Jewelweed soap, I did the salve, because the last place I want to have poison ivy is somewhere on my face, or in my eyes, or in my mouth, or up my nose, or something like that. So secondary precaution is the way I look at it. But if you do have an active poison ivy rash, then the Jewelweed salve is really excellent at helping to, one, take the itch away, and it does help with that, and it also helps dry the rash up quickly. Not that it's going to dry it up within 24 hours. It still might take a week or two, but if you have those big patches, you'll see them quickly starting to deflate, go down, not itch as much, dry up, and just dissipate. So it could take some time, but it still really helps get rid of the rash in a big way. So the Jewelweed Savage is just excellent. And like yesterday I was saying about, I keep saying yesterday, like I was saying before, I do use it on my face for rosacea, and I did put it on after I washed with the Jewelweed soap, and things are looking good, so that's good. If you're interested in, if you're a female and you're interested in makeup, if you want to get a healthy brand of makeup, I've had people ask me. I use Suzanne Organics because I trust it, and I think it's probably about the best out there. So that's what I use for my makeup. I like it. Works well, and it's clean. Alright, so we have some more Jewelweed here. Put in the bag. I wasn't sure. So we've got, like I said, this big pot that's going to be the Jewelweed Tea. And then we have this, and this will both be for the soap. So that's just going to be Jewelweed in the olive oil. And then this one I'm doing right here, and you see I use the tubers, leaves, everything. This one I'm going to do for the salve. So I'm going to add some other things. To this one, so I'm not going to fill it the whole way. So I was telling you yesterday about the things that I really think sets our Jewelweed salve apart from others are the other really beneficial plants that are in here. So Jewelweed Savage isn't something you need to use every day, certainly not. I do use it on my face as a moisturizer if I have like red spots and stuff, which you saw in the previous video whenever we were walking around outside, because I do have some sensitivities to pollen in the air. I've been sneezing a lot. Like I said, I have issues with my digestive system, so that comes out in your skin. So I do still get little things on my face every once in a while, and hopefully that'll go away completely someday. But when I have those, I do use the Jewelweed salve as my moisturizer, and I do put it on before I put my makeup on, and I think it makes the makeup go on better. The other thing I use for my face is the all-natural body butter. I love it. You don't need a whole lot of any of this stuff, but the all-natural body butter has frankincense, myrrh, and geranium essential oils in it, so it's really good for your skin, and it's very, very natural and lightweight and nice and moisturizing. But also in the Jewelweed salve, we have some excellent essential oils too. We have myrrh and several others. I can't remember right off the top of my head. There's all in there, but anyway, we use just doTERRA oils in all of our body products. We use doTERRA oils, so I know they're excellent quality, and I trust them with my skin and complexion and everything else. So anyway, I have this one now, about half full, a little over half full. So this, I don't go out and spelunk to get or forage to get. It is our Echinacea root, and I get the organic Echinacea root. I'm going to put some of it in here, and so I'm going to do the root, and you can see the root is pretty coarse. Okay, so that's going in there. This is the Echinacea leaf. We're getting the whole benefits of the plant, again, just like we do with the jewelweed. So there's your leaf. It's a lot finer, not as thick stuff in there. I mean, there's some stems in there, but that's not root, those are stems. So everything's there. And this is the plantain leaves, which I have gone out and done my own and dehydrated them and done all that stuff. But over the winter, when we ran out of the Jewelweed salve, I did not have any plantain that I could harvest out in the outdoors. It was all done for the season, basically. There wasn't anything that I could grab. So I did get this. It's organic plantain. There's that. Plantain is excellent also for burns and stuff. So any kind of stinging, burning, irritation, very good. buds. Oh, they smell so good. That is a very fresh. This is what goes on top of our lavender soap. Whenever we make our big bars of goat milk and honey soap and lavender buds, we sprinkle those on top just for effect, for beauty. And they have a little bit of a natural odor that is a fresh, very pleasing lavender scent. It's not overpowering. So anyway, these all go in here. And my hands are clean. I washed them. So I'm just going to mix it around a little bit so that I know it's all mixed in. So with this mixture, I use organic jojoba oil, golden organic jojoba oil, and olive oil. But as you saw, I'm going to have to go get another bottle of the olive oil. I think I said not anyway. Just organic jojoba oil and organic olive oil. I hope I said that right before. But anyway, so as you saw, I'm going to have to go down and get the olive oil again because I ran out in that bottle. I didn't realize I was not going to have enough. So it's shook down in there. These herbs are coming up the works here. It's making its way. So this is mostly jojoba with a little bit of olive oil. The jojoba oil is a liquid wax, and it does not inflame skin at all, doesn't clog pores or anything like that. That's why we like to use it in our salves, in our body butter, and pretty much everything we make. The soap, it's good in the soap. It has great properties to it. It's wonderful for your complexion. And it's also an oil that doesn't go rancid. It's got like a infinite shelf life. It's a very, very stable wax, kind of like beeswax. Beeswax is very stable as well. It's just hard. So this is a liquid wax, basically. Wonderful for your face and your skin all over. So we do have it in all of our body butters, our stretch mark butters. The beard oil is both the jojoba oil and moringa oil, which is fantastic as well. It's in all of our salves, all of our soaps. And it's in the complexion clear roller bottle as well, because it's for your complexion. It's the jojoba and the moringa are the base oils instead of coconut oil. And it's in the sun guard. So it's in a lot of our stuff. We use a lot of it. So we have to make more soap, and we have one ordered, so I gotta leave enough to make some of that stuff. Hopefully I left enough, I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to be going downstairs and getting another organic olive oil to finish this off, to cover this with, and then we're gonna make another batch of the tea for the soap. So this will be one batch. We'll do another batch after this one's done, and I'm probably gonna make more of these as well. I just need more jojoba. So anyway, thank you for joining me. That is the way we do our jewelweed tinctures for our salve, for our soap, the tea. You saw us harvest it at my parents' farm in the previous video, and I thank you for joining me, and maybe we can talk again soon. Okay, thanks. Have a great day. Bye.